One, two, three, in the place to be. We're back with yet another live session. Let's get into it. Last video I posted got a lot of reaction, a lot of views, a lot of engagement. It was definitely a crazy weekend, to say the least. But I don't want you guys to think that I'm feeling down or that I'm not in good spirits. Quite the contrary. As I told you more than a month ago already, when this whole debacle with my jaw started, I've been more appreciative than ever of just my ability to live, to lift. Yesterday, I also officially kicked off my cut, so I'm officially dieting down, trying to get in peak shape. And I'm also moving the timetable of the surgery back. Because, as I told you guys, I basically learned and found out that a lot of the issues I was having had to do with this tooth that is now extracted. Anywho, you guys know the drill. Let's get into it. Ask me anything. Today's session is not going to be that long, so let's have a good one. Let's have some good questions. Today's been a long day. I was at the office. I trained for like 2 hours this morning. I have this new thing now, which is called Total Pass, and with that, I could basically every day I can pick a new gym that I want to go to. So I've been taking full advantage of that. Mosquito. It really motivates me to use different gyms. What's up, Dad? How you doing, buddy? First person to leave a comment, I appreciate you. If you're wondering what this is, I just picked this up. So this is basically my secret weapon in a cut. It is Greek yogurt. This is almost a kilo. It's 900 grams. So you're looking at 100 grams of protein. And it's super healthy because this one has a ton of probiotics in it. Greek yogurt, non-fat, plain. So it's not that tasty, but super healthy and super rich in protein. And so I basically, this is my breakfast now. Not the whole tub, but like I would say 60% of the tub. So I start off my day. I immediately hit my I get a ton of protein in me. And if I have this for breakfast, then I can basically go and train and go without eating for like at least 4 or 5 hours. So it's like a really, it's an amazing hack. When I eat protein, it fills me up. And I'm less hungry. When I eat carbs, I just get more hungry. Guys, let's get some questions going now. What do you want to talk about? What topics do you want to discuss? I also just got done doing an hour of cardio. So yeah, basically, I don't count calories. I don't track anything. I just up the cardio. I up the protein. I lower the food intake. No alcohol, no nothing, and then I just play it by ear. I'm a bit scared to visit Mexico. I'm in LA. So I honestly think LA is more dangerous than the part of Mexico you would visit. Like, unless you're going to Malibu or West Hollywood, it's gonna be hard for you to find a place that is less dangerous than the rest of LA. And I used to live in LA, so I know what I'm talking about. Mm. The problem is, and I mean this in the best way, people, and especially Americans, unfortunately, the idea they have of Mexico is just not accurate. Like, you have to understand, Mexico is as big as Europe almost. And Mexico City is extremely safe. It is safer than any major city in Belgium. So I'm not a like I've been telling you guys this. Like, I'm not a daredevil. I'm like, you guys know that guy Kurt Cass, the YouTuber who's kind of like a sex tourist. Um, I would never do what he does in a million years. So this guy, he goes he goes all across the world, and he basically, his whole content format is based on him going to dangerous places. By the way, guys, can we get some thumbs going? We got 0 thumbs. I gotta say, this is not shaping up to be an epic lie so far. Anyway, this guy Kurt Cass goes to all of these super dangerous places and then vlogs, and like, that's his whole thing. I would never do that. I also think he's kind of an idiot. I used to like him, but I don't really like him anymore at all, because I feel like he definitely, like I said, he exploits local women a lot, and also just his views, like his not his views like the view count. I mean his views on life. He's one of those YouTubers that blew up, and he doesn't seem to understand that he blew up because of the fact that he's showing people dangerous places, what they look like. Nobody really cares about what he's saying or what he like his views on the world. But he seems to think the opposite, so that's always unfortunate. There's another guy like that. There's a guy called Solar Fitness on Instagram. I guess we're talking shit today, so fuck it. There's a guy called Solar Fitness, a Canadian guy, and I used to really like his content. I think he has a great physique. He's natural. And then yesterday I had to unfollow because he was bitching about. He made a whole video at the airport about the fact that he chose to not do the X-ray, so he like declined to get X-rayed, and so they had to manually pat him down, and then he did this whole conspiracy rant, and it's like, bro, like that's an interesting thing, where he was basically like, it's all about control, and he was saying that the X-rays at the airport that they're collecting your information on your body and stuff. It's like you gotta be tripping. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, that's the thing, man. There's a lot of false prophets that blow up, get a lot of popularity, and then they lose the plot. Joe Rogan, same thing. Is it worth getting an X back after a while? Impossible to give a one size fits all answer to that, my man. Like, context context matters so much when talking about what you're asking me about. There's so many, like it's impossible for me to say yes or no. Like, what was the reason of the breakup? Um, yeah, I can't really answer that. There's definitely situations in which it is feasible to try again, in which it's even maybe a good idea. But then there's also a lot of situations in which it's objectively a very bad idea. So it's hard to say, man. That's all I can tell you. It's really hard to say. If everything ended in a good way, then then fine. Then yeah, why not? There is no reason why not to try. If both parties want to try again, go for it. That it is hard to tell how deep in delusion you are when you are in it for a long time. I've let myself to get from a normal thinking or normal life before. Conspiracies are not worth losing your grasp on reality. Yeah, I would say so. We can use this guy Sober Fitness as an example, right? So okay, so let's take me. I had certain views that people would consider conspiracy theorist views. Like I definitely believe 9/11 was an inside job. I mean that. For example, I also believe that the NBA is rigged. Like not entirely to the point where they're deciding who wins the title, but like the fact that the Dallas Mavericks are going to draft Cooper Flag. I wholeheartedly believe that's like engineered by the league after losing Luka Doncic. Well, not losing and trading him. So like my point is, I'm not this like person who's just like I believe in a lot of things. Is what I'm trying to say. I could be convinced that we've already had contact with aliens. You know, I could be convinced, but once you start talking about, like, for example, I did not think COVID a was engineered by people. Like I do believe it came from the lab in China, but I don't think like the USA government or whatever was in on that, stuff like that. Of course, Leo, go ahead. Um, so like I feel like I'm open. I'm open to like seeing a lot of sides. But so when like I'm talking about this guy Sober Fitness who was talking yesterday about them wanting you to take X-rays um, to like scan your body, and like it's like that's when you're off the deep end. Santan, damn, welcome back, buddy. Good to see ya. Glad you're here. How you been? Any tips for visiting Costa Rica? Yeah, I really liked Puerto Viejo. I think that's what it's called. Puerto Viejo. That was probably my favorite part. Costa Rica, yes, understand. It's very American. It's very like catered toward. It's the whole country. It's just a tourist destination. It's just like jungle and beaches and people on honeymoons and backpackers. So and it's quite expensive. Thank you, Iwa. Shout out to Canada. Sad to hear you were assaulted yesterday. Yeah, I mean it's fine then. Like it's fine. That really didn't rattle me at all. It's funny. So it happened like a Friday night, and then Saturday. I think it was like Saturday 4 p.m. by the time that I spontaneously remembered what happened. Like I had literally forgotten that it happened. So it's fine. When you are single, do you watch porn or are you against that? No, man, I've watched it for sure. I try to, definitely keep it in check and not make it a habit, but for sure, man. I'm not like I don't think it's great for you. I wouldn't recommend you do it, but I've done it. Definitely. All right, keep the questions coming, guys. We're 15 minutes in. Also, if you appreciate the content, there's two things you can do. One thing everybody can do, anybody can do, is hit the thumb. That means a lot. And then another thing that not everybody can do, but is greatly appreciated, is hitting the dollar sign below the chat box. And that allows you to make a donation to the channel, which is always appreciated. AB. Did you hear the stat that 90% of the Russell population under 18 is not from Belgium? Is it 90? Damn. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, it that's the Russells for you, man. The Russells. When I go to the Russells, I don't feel like I'm in Belgium. There is no such thing as like a Belgian culture there. It's Brussels. It's its own thing. It's I think immigration is great. I think immigration is necessary, but I also think you can't have just people just by mass come on in. Like it's just important that when people migrate, they learn the language and they get a job. And there's just not enough of that right now. You know, like me, I migrated to Mexico. What did I do? I got a job in Mexico. I paid taxes in Mexico, and I speak Spanish. So like, I think that's how you do it. Are you still dating the Peruvian woman? Katya? Bro, we broke up. We broke up in 2022. Yeah. So that's 3 years ago. Yeah, man. That's been a long time. Bro, you've been out of the loop. God damn. I was hoping things would work out between you and your girlfriend. Me too, man. I mean, you're out, man, I think. But um, I tried. Like all I can tell you, like, I saw somebody commenting like, "We need more details." But like, guys, like, you have to understand, like, I'm willing to share everything about my life, always. I don't have any shame. I don't have any, you know, restrictions or like I'm not timid. I don't care, to be honest. Like, I'll share anything. Um, but in this specific situation, it's not just me; it's her. And her mom watches the channel. She told me she might watch the channel. So how would you feel like you dated this guy? Some things went down. Some things didn't work out. And now this guy is online telling his side of the story. You know what I mean? I think that would be disrespectful. I don't. That's not who I am. And you know, they always say content is king, but I'm not willing to sell my soul. And I'm still like friends with her. I still love her. I still like. She's an amazing person. All I can say is that we just like, bro, intercultural dating is a trip. Like, it's just really hard to, you know, to meet in the middle, I guess, with some things. Um, do you think Belgium wants to fight with Russia? I don't think Belgium wants to fight at all. Would you join the army? Hell no. I'm not about to go to no front, fight no war. That's. I mean, shout out to Ukraine, but I'm not doing that. How much more expensive is rent where you were in Belgium than we were in Mexico? Well, because it's the same. Because in Belgium, I was living in like a suburb, like not the city, and then here I'm living in one of the most expensive neighborhoods in Mexico City. So that's why it's like the same. But if I was living in a rural area or like a suburb in Mexico, it would be a lot cheaper. Thank you, Iwa. I appreciate that. Is immigration becoming a real problem in Europe? Becoming, bro. It was becoming a real problem 10 years ago. Right now, it's absolutely red alert. Like every single person I know in Belgium is worried about that. Every single person in Europe is worried about that. I met some Norwegians on my travel, and they were talking about how they have like a saying now that basically says, um, "Let's not turn it into Sweden here." So they're using Sweden as as a negative example of like a dangerous place. That's how far it's gotten. Sweden has now become basically this like dangerous cesspool of crime and gangs due to mass immigration, um, which is actually happening. Like it's not that bad, but it's still bad. And yeah, it's bad in Belgium. It's bad in France too. France is like, yeah. I'm learning French and Arab because I love to learn other languages. It's fun and wonderful to know. How long did it take you to learn English? I just spoke. I was 9, fluently speaking English, so it just happened. Watching TV. You're not in the same league as Colin Vilmoger. Uh, I am not. Bro, I'm not even close. Colin Vilmoger at some point was the next big thing in bodybuilding. We're talking about somebody with like absolutely insane genetics. Like he was considered more promising than Chris Bumstead. So like that's all you need to know, right? And to be super honest, had I not gotten cancer and had I taken steroids at an early age, the same way Colin Vilmoger was taking steroids at a very early age, I feel like I could have been at his level, and I truly mean that. But of course, I'm natural, so I don't stack up to an heavily enhanced steroid using bodybuilder. If I was your age and single, I would not even hesitate to meet you. Thank you. Yeah, Stockholm has the highest rate of shootings in Europe now. It's insane. Yeah, like it's real, guys. Like admitting that mass immigration is a mistake does not make you racist. Admitting and acknowledging that mass immigration and having a bunch of people move somewhere and refusing to adapt to the culture and learn the language is like it's just the facts. It's a huge problem. Yeah, I'm living in Mexico, Jared. Absolutely. By the way, guys, if you want to support the channel, you can hit the thumbs up, which a lot of you haven't done yet. And also, you can click on the dollar sign below the chat box, which allows you to donate to the channel. Feel free. When are you going back to Belgium? Um, right now, I'm trying to push the timetable back to July because, like I said, my situation is stable, and it would make so much more sense for me to go a little bit later than to go now. To be super honest with you. So looking at the calendar, I think I have about 6 weeks left. So let me check it out. I would go beginning of July. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 weeks, 6 weeks and a half, and then I would go to then I would go to Belgium. That's what I'm feeling right now. Is the metal still exposed? Yes, sir. Nothing has changed in that regard, unfortunately. Hey, Janice, how you doing? I have not scheduled an appointment yet, but I am talking to him. So like, there's nothing more that like he knows exactly what's happening. He's very aware of the situation. The only thing that needs to happen now is the surgery. So like, as soon as like the only thing that has to be scheduled is the surgery. So yep. Thank you guys. These are good questions. I've never seen you get hot-headed or angry. Do you hide your anger so no one sees it? Well, first of all, Andrew, I want to say I appreciate the change of energy and attitude. Before, I feel like you are being a bit mad with me, and I always try to be good to you. So I do appreciate you switching it up, and that's a great question. I'm a little bit surprised because I feel like I don't know how long you guys are watching the channel, but I used to make a lot of angry videos. Like I was yelling a lot. I definitely get hot-headed. I definitely get angry. That's funny because I even feel like sometimes in my videos I complain a lot and I'm like nagging and making like angry faces. So to hear that is quite interesting. I thought I came across as someone who complains a lot. I mean that. Um, bro, I get angry all the time. I get angry all the time. I'm not a true stoic. I can't claim that. You have to pay for it out of pocket. So the idea is if I get it done in Belgium, then I would not have to pay out of pocket. I'm so glad I found you. I too have my titanium plate shown. Wow, really? And what are you doing? Like, tell me, bro. I'm intrigued. What are you doing about it? What is your plan? Where are you from? Please share. How was LA when you moved there? How old were you? I was 20, 27, 27, I think. 26, 27. Bro, it sucked. I pride myself on my ability to basically make friends anywhere I go, right? Like anywhere I go, I can make friends. Um, I'm a very social person. I speak a lot of languages. I'm confident. LA was the only time in my life I was not able to make friends. It was horrible. It was a shit show. I hated it. Yeah, no. People did not want to hang with me, man. I didn't like it at all. But then when I went back to LA earlier this year, I did like it. So that was just Venice. I like Venice a lot. All right, guys. Any more questions? Now is the time. Do you Do you generally dislike Americans? I'm American. I would love to meet you someday. See, this is what I was scared about when people asked me my opinion on Americans. So I actually, all of my best friends in Mexico that are not like that are not Mexican. I mean, actually, you can scrap that. All of my best friends, period, like my best friends are American. I love Americans. Like, and I try to like. I'm a critical person. So if you ask me what don't you like about XYZ, I'm gonna give you my arguments. But I mean, just look at me. Look at the way I talk. Look at like how I love the NBA. I feel like I emulate so much from American culture. I'm inspired so much by American culture. How could I sit here and say I don't like them? I love American people. I think they're great. Um, oh, Liam, thank you so much. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Boom. You're getting me excited. Bro, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. Like, and today was a long ass day. I did not want to come on here, honestly, but I feel like, I was like, put in the work. I appreciate you, man. I really, really, really do. But yeah, so Bob, I do not hate Americans. Quite the contrary. Like that's what like my favorite people to talk to are number one are Americans, and then number two is like I need to know what number two is. I don't like most Belgian people. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out USA, man. Shout out. Did you ever watch the OG Trank YouTubers like Vitali and Roman Atwood? I know Vitali. Oh my God! Thank you so much. Wow, you guys are the best. Iwa, thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. Man, you guys are awesome, man. I have the best community on YouTube, and I've been saying that, and I'm standing on that. I really appreciate that. Like, you have no idea. There's a lot of love right here. A lot of love. Tati, AutoCAD. I just love you, young man. Thank you for spending time with the me's out here. Tati, that's what this is all about. Like, somebody texted me the other day and she was like, if I can give you a piece of advice, don't do the lives because it's awkward and you're just sitting there and it's like, and I'm like, bro, like the whole idea for me to do these things is for me to hang out with you guys, man. Is to hang out. And yeah, I'm not gonna be doing jump jacks. I'm not gonna be like, and yeah, there's gonna be some silences. I think for the most part, I'm always talking and giving you something. Um, like I just feel like that's like I just know there's a lot of lonely people. Thank you, Bob. Bro, you don't know how much I appreciate that. By the way, another shout out to Liam. Another shout out to Iwa. You guys are amazing. Like you're putting on for the whole chat right now. So yeah, thank you for saying that the lives have been great. Yo, damn, Santan, guys, I appreciate y'all, man. Let me take a picture. This is why I do it. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all so much. Let me catch up on the questions. Santan, you've been riding with me since the start, man. So yeah, I was saying, Patty, like I know there's a lot of lonely people that are always, that are um Yeah, just like by themselves, and I just feel like why not just all hang out? Like that's the beauty of YouTube. Like we can just all come together, hang out, join in, and we can be not lonely together. You know. Ed Smith, you're from Arizona. I've had so many flap failures. Now I'm having small flap surgeries to reposition. We're thinking of stretching the skin. Mm. Are you using an extender to stretch the skin? 'Cause that's what they were thinking about with me. Well, hold on. We got another. Wow, Bob, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, Bob. Bro, I appreciate that so much. You guys are the best. Like, honestly, this is insane. Like, you guys are just incredible. An extender. That's so interesting. So we talked. So question number one. So for those who are listening, guys, N Smith in the chat has the same condition as me. And a flap means any part of tissue that they try to make a jaw of. So this is my flap, right? And this is like my third flap. And then this is also a flap. It's the center. This flap comes from here. You see the scar? And then another flap comes from here. But so why do your flaps keep getting rejected? Do you know why? Like, what is the reason for that? Also, have you received radiotherapy? I started my journey in 2021. I felt alone in this since I couldn't find someone like me. Then I found you. Bro, that means the world to me. Thank you so much. I'm so happy I could do that for you. Man, I feel the same way. I feel like I never see nobody that looks like me. I never see people that look like me. Hey, big shout out Bob, big shout out Santan, big shout out Iwa, and the biggest shout out to Liam because you kicked it off. It always takes one person to like kick off the donations, and I appreciate you, man. They say radiation damage, bro. Why do they always do that? So the biggest mistake I feel they made with me is they radiated the side of my face, and because of that, all of the new flaps are dying off. It's so annoying. So what's your current like? What is it? So they're talking about using an extender, guys, and an extender means it's basically one of those things to like what do you call that? In Dutch is krik. It's something to like when you're changing a tire so you can lift the car. And then they're like, and the car goes up and you can change the wheel. Help me out here. So that's kind of how that works. It's a machine they install in here, and then they like gradually stretch the skin. They like a jack, right? And that way they're able to stretch the skin and get more tissue. It's like a jack, it inflates, yes. Bro, you know what happened to me? They were gonna use that on me. So, and it was not covered by insurance. So I had to spend 3,000 euros on that. 3,000 euros. And then they opened me up and they said, oh, you know what? We don't gotta use it. We can just bypass it. And then they didn't use it. I didn't get to keep it. And then I still had to pay. Wasn't covered by insurance. And that was that. I was like, that's kind of crazy. My husband had stage 4 head and neck cancer, chemo and radiation. To this day, he has issues with swallowing. And the breast cancer survived her, radiation only. Damn. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that, Iwa. I'm happy that to know that he has you though. Oh man. So like when I was on my hallway, I know a lot of people, I know a lot of you guys that are like, you think I had it bad, but. I still have my tongue. I can still swallow. A lot of these people who had the issues that I had, they can't swallow, like, or they have like issues swallowing. Guys, can you imagine how gruesome life is if like you have to struggle to drink some water, let alone food. All the food you can eat is only mashed mashed stuff that's been in the blender. You can't eat anything with texture. You can't eat pizza. Like, not being able to swallow is absolute torture. So I'm so sorry to hear that, Iwa. My heart goes out to you guys. How many surgeries have you had in total? Bro, if you count minor surgeries, I think I'm up to 30. Like, I've had so many. Just on my leg, when my leg was flailing, I had like 5 surgeries. My husband had tonsils, base of the tongue cancer. Yeah, man, fuck. Sorry about that, Iwa. Gay, first time catching your stream. We got a first timer in here, guys. That's dope. Welcome, my friend. How am I doing? I'm tired and ran down. I didn't get much sleep. I've begun the cutting and dieting process, so I'm low on calories. I had a headache, which I never had. I still have pain from the tooth extraction. Had a long ass day at work, but you know what? I'm doing amazing because I had this incredible community of people backing me and sharing, and we're all just in here. Like, we have Iwa talking about her husband's issues and her issues, and then we have N. Smith talking about. So N. Smith basically has gone through exactly what I've gone through. I lost. Okay, so this is him. I lost half my face from infection. They rebuilt it, but now my tongue is now attached to the inside of my cheek. Jesus Christ. Bro, your tongue is attached to the inside of your cheek. Oh, I got it so good. I got it so incredibly good compared to you, man. Jesus Christ. How do you, are you able to speak? Are you able to eat? Fuck, man. Bro. This is humbling. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even know that was, I never heard anything like this. In my 30 years of having my condition, I never heard what you're telling me right now. Your tongue is attached to the inside of your cheek. What's up, Mariah? How you doing, girl? Puree food, liquids, tube feeds. Do you have the tube in your stomach? I still have the scar. For the longest time, I had the tube. I'll show you guys the scar. Here. I had the tube in there, and then I would have to like attach it to the liquid food machine, basically. So, Smith, when I had it, every day a nurse had to come and clean it up because it's like going into your body. So, are you cleaning it and disinfecting it yourself? I'm gonna tell you guys a wild story. I don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck anymore because we got Ed Smith in here sharing everything. We got incredible donations. I don't care, man. The first time I had sex after my cancer, I still had the tube in my stomach, but I didn't want to tell the girl because I was scared that she would like not want to have sex anymore. So I kept on my t-shirt to cover up the fact that I had a feeding tube in my gut. So we're having sex. At some point, we're doing doggy. I know it's TMI, but I have to like, otherwise the story doesn't make sense. And so I'm like, whatever in the moment. And I didn't notice that my shirt started like kind of like creeping up. And at some point, the feeding tube started hitting her. Like, not hitting her, but like she could feel like what's going on. And she looks back and she saw the feeding tube. She freaked out. I'm never gonna make a video about that, and the only way you're ever gonna find out is if you stuck around for 45 minutes of this live, which did not get off to a good start. So I feel like you deserve to hear it, man. Fuck it. My husband has a tube as well. Had or has. I hope he no longer has it. It's horrible. Yes, I do. You do your own wound care. Man, you're badass, bro. I have a massive scar down my chest from open heart surgery when I was 7 years old. I had a hole in my heart. Damn, Mariah. That's crazy. Bro, and Smith. That's crazy that you're doing your own wound care. That's impressive, man. Damn your shoulders, man. Congratulations. Have you ever tried boxing? Bro, with this face, I'm not boxing. Bodybuilding, man. That's all I do. That's what I live for. Sid, keep going, bro. You're a legend. Inspiring stuff. What you do is important. Never forget. Double gun salute. Because I do this for y'all, man. Because you guys, like, this community need purpose. So it's like a, it's like a yin yang type of deal. Or like, what? No, not yin yang. Like, I need you and you. I don't want to say you need me, but like, both ways is what I'm trying to say. Oh, we never had a live like this. We never. This is. I'm not gonna lie. When this live started, I thought it was gonna be my worst live ever. I was like, yo, the first 6 minutes, nobody's saying nothing. I'm like, what am I even doing here? And now we're having these amazing testimonies, like very heartfelt stuff. Wound nurses were scared, wouldn't accept me as a patient. That's crazy. That's their job. I can talk, but it's really breathy. It's like, you sound like this, right? You're like, that's how people on my hallway used to sound with my conditions. They're like, I can't talk. Like this, right? I know that sound all too well, man. It's scary. I'm so sorry to hear all that, man. How old are you, man? This live is the best one I've been to ever. Might be. Might just be. Do you miss the gym you had to leave? That place looked awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I'm already back in it. So now I have like a special gym plan where I can like alternate. So I'm going there tomorrow. So for those who don't know, he's talking about the gym where they shot somebody in the head like 2 months ago. I was there Monday. Yeah. I saw your video the other day. I'm so sorry you're going through a hard time. Hey, Naraya, nothing I'm going through comes even close to what M. Smith and Ewa's husband are going through. So, like, I just have a platform, and I just have, like, this, ability to share and talk about it, but they're the real MVPs. And I'm doing it for them. Man, 4 years in, huh? Good evening, Euphoria. How you doing, buddy? I see you. Do you think you wrestle with existentialism in a curious way? No, man, I don't, because I figured out a long time ago. Like, I found my meaning of life. My meaning of life is basically love, and it's actually living life. And people are like, "Oh, living life." Like, no, like spending as much time in the real world as possible. That's why I spend so much time walking around Mexico City, because I'm in Mexico City. I'm constantly conscious of that. I want to experience that. That's why I love women, man. That's why I love falling in love. That's why I love, like, I just feel like there's nothing more fun. Like, this is a video game. I created this character, like this like Viking dude who's walking around in a bright blue, baby blue stringer, and I'm telling girls like, "Hola, cómo estás?" You know, like just shoot it, bro. I shoot my shot. I shoot my shot like 4 times a day, and I'm not even kidding. Like, and it's always like the most beautiful women. Like, I do not settle. I'm like, that's what I want. That's what I and so it's not about sex. It's not about because I really don't have much. I don't nearly have as much sex as you might think. But it's like the game is to put up the shot. You know, I'm a Kobe Bryant fan, so the game is to live life. The game is to like not be considered a handicapped person, but to be considered a valid option again as a man. So that's why I work so hard on my body, on my fashion, on my personality. I don't work on my personality, but you know what I mean. Um, Definitely one of the greatest lives. So yeah, I say that to say, Liam, I do not wrestle with existentialism. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm here for. To survive and to adapt. To survive and to adapt. To survive and to adapt. That is the meaning of life. Be careful with the sun. You became the Red Viking. I literally put on sunblock today. I just get red easily. I consider being human is given in an objective, factual manner, regardless of meaning. So might as well go with it. Calls what the hell else? Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, but that's more like nihilism. What you're saying, though, right? I would say I definitely practice a form of like positive nihilism, like nihilism in a good way. How do women react to your cold approach at the rod versus at home? Bob, I have no motion indulgent. Zero. Wow, Erica, guys, I want you all to show so much love. This is one of the most important people I've worked with professionally. And she's not just a client, she's a friend. Go check out her. Erica, can you put your YouTube channel in here so people can go like support it and follow it? Is that possible? That would be so great if you could post your channel. Like, and guys, if you fuck with me, if you like me, do me a favor. Can you go like just subscribe to her? Just like that would mean so much to me because she's really a special person. Love the wife beater. What's up, Katie? I'm in Mexico City, girl. Listen, I was sorry, guys. I got distracted. Seagate, where in Belgium? Bob. So Bob asked me how do women react to my cold approach in Mexico City versus at home, and I was saying I have no motion in Belgium whatsoever. I like nothing. Like I haven't had a Belgian girlfriend since 16. But I'm also not Belgian. Like I obviously I am, but like I'm more of like a. That's why I'm always like showing love to the, like I know you guys think I talk shit about the states. I think I'm a lot more American. I think in English, guys. I don't think I. So I think in Dutch as well, but like half of the time I'm thinking English. So like I always when I was young and I started traveling when I was like 18. I started noticing like, oh, like I have a lot more energy and motion and like stuff going on abroad than back home. So here, people love me. People love me. Women love me. You know, I'm tall. I'm blonde. I'm muscular. I got blue eyes. They're into that stuff. I don't think I'm seeing anything groundbreaking here. And I speak Spanish, which is a big one. Leuven, bro. I used to go to Leuven all the time. Gasthuisberg. So Leuven has the most famous hospital in Belgium, which is called Gasthuisberg. And like you literally translated it, it would be like hospital mountain. Hospital mountain. Um, yeah, my brother studied there. He became an engineer in Leuven. Anyway, Euphoria. I wanted to share this with everyone. I'm starting to embrace every moment in my life. It's not going to be super exciting. Enjoy the simple and ordinary. Build the present you want to be in. Euphoria, big shout out to you. That's what it's all about, buddy. That's a great testimony. What is your take on psychedelic? I think it's necessary for some, useful for some, and for some it's not. I think if you're the type of person that never is able to cry or like share or really feel emotion, you're like a rock. I think you need a bazooka to like burst open that rock and let out what's on the inside. I think for those people, I think psychedelics are really good. I think for someone like me, who's already very sensitive by design and is already very like emotional by design, I don't need psychedelics. I feel like it fries my brain. When I smoke weed, it's like psychedelic already. So it depends on the person. For some, it can be very useful, and for others, I think it can be way too much. Wow, this live is epic, guys. I love you, man. You've helped me a lot, and I wish you all the best. Proud to be here. Proud to have you, man. Proud to have you in my community. Proud to have Erica in my community. Proud to have Katie in my community. Proud to have Sige in my community. Proud to have the incredible Maria Fares in my community, even though she swears she's not falling in love again. Girl, you don't get to pick that. Love will find you. Proud to have Bob in my community. Proud to have Liam. Very proud to have Ed Smith in my community, who's an incredibly brave soldier. AD Jack, I love you, dog. Santan, Sid, all of you guys, man. Glenn, 73 years, still lifted, still getting it. That's gonna be me, man. You inspired me, guys. What's the biggest donation you ever got in one life? I got a $200 donation on my birthday. So like almost 10 days ago, 8 days ago, I got a $200 donation. You know what was messed up about that? Somebody donated $200 and then somebody else donated $100. So I got $300 in one life. Do you know how much I got from that? 150, and that is pre-taxes. So YouTube took half. YouTube takes 30%, and then if the user made the donation with an Apple device, Apple takes another like 20%. So both of those made their donations with an iPhone or a MacBook, and therefore I only get $150 out of that 300. Bro, I know, man, I should do it through PayPal, but I cannot control people when they want to do the super chat. And don't get me wrong, like I understand that I'm on YouTube and we have to honor the platform and they have to get their cut, but I think 50% is criminal, just criminal. Like there's no reason for them to take half. I'm sorry. Like I could kind of live with 30, I guess, not 50. Like, nah. If you're sending me 300, I should be able to keep 200 at least. Like, I'm already giving you 100. Like, I don't know. Anywho, guys, my head is about to explode. So happy I came on and did this. You guys are amazing. This might be one of the best lives ever. So grateful. I'm checking out. I'm gonna go take a shower as an early night, but it's hard for me to quantify how much I appreciate you guys. Sige, you are here. Euphoria, you are here. Erica, Mariah, you guys absolutely rock. All of you, man. You know who you are. I appreciate you so much. Erica, I'll talk to you soon, girl. And the rest of you, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. Like, I can't even put into words. Iwa, thank you so much for your generous donation. I appreciate it so much. I love you all. Peace.